Hello. So I was on social media and I was watching this video about this guy that had like a headache, and he like walked into a tree, and like he was like not trying to hug it, but he was just like holding onto his head because I'm assuming it was just like intense, and he was like putting up his head towards the tree, and then this like creature came out, but it looked like it was like a really tall demon that was like covered in mold. He came out, and then it collapsed. Like the demon thing and the human like fell together, but it all turned into like mold. And I feel like, so with how society is going, because I'm really infatuated with the spy balloons, which means I'm trying to like rotate it to like pre-COVID times. So like I know planet Earth is like still like passing away, like because the core is like um getting cooler, but it's gonna take like hundreds of years. So like what I watched today is kind of like extremely unrealistic in the sense, but for what I'm trying to do with my reality, But I feel like in some parts of the planet and in some people's reality, this is extremely real. But the thing is, that's why I like to talk about spirits and like being possessed and mental illnesses, like being mentally ill, because like we're not there yet. Even if that's what you see and that's what you deal with on a daily basis, and like trying to like hide it from society, or I don't really know what people do, um how the planet is, um like unless we like buried like some type of like disease or some type of toxic that and we let it grow, and it turned into something. But how long does that take? That it doesn't take like days, it takes years, so having those things, that come out of trees, like when was that planted? For it to happen. So like what people are preparing for isn't gonna happen for a long time from now, even with my reality, because like we can add that. So like that's my issue, is like scary movies are scary. Like I watched the movie Weapons, and that's a cute movie if you can see it the other direction, because it's about mind control. It is about a movie that got possessed, and people get under mind control, and then they act all insane, and then they eventually like kind of wake up, or people start dealing with it like in a normal way. And like I feel like I relate to that a lot, just because it's really kind of normal, and so we can speed up the process of like people like living in disgust. But the thing is, our bodies need to adapt to it. So we need to learn, even if we're on. So we need really good support, and we need a lot of people who care and love one another. Because if we don't have that, our bodies are gonna rot. Not rot instead of adapt. It's like if you looked at like in the past on like how the human body teeth, like the human faces back in the day, like in some like countries, not too many, they have really really wide mouths, like wide, and they don't have to take out like their wisdom teeth, and they have like really kind of nice teeth, and they don't really even brush their teeth. And now, in the United States, most everybody has to take out their like back teeth, their wisdom teeth, and even then, our mouths are still really small. We can't do that within years. It takes a long time to do that. And so, with like, the thing is, we need love, and we need people who actually care about one another. Because if we don't have that, then we can't let our bodies adapt to the climate that we're going into. Like, we are gonna pass away we get before we even live through that. And so that's my problem. If we want to see really scary stuff, even though it might not be scary, we have to learn to love one another and take care of one another without hurting one another in many ways.